Welcome back, guys. So in the previous video we saw how can we add map nodes, use different layer templates. In this video we will see how can we add a graphic layer, and we can add as many graphic shapes and text we can add to this one graphic layer. So the reason we have a graphic layer, because as you saw so far, every time you create a layer or you create a map node, it have one type of shape. And it have attribute table, and it have object ID, and it have a shape field, and you work on it as any other feature class or shapefile. But for the graphic layer, it just gives you the ability to draw some graphics on your map without having any attributes, and you can draw as many things or as many different shapes or add in text to this graphic layer, and it will be only one layer at the end. So the way to add a graphic layer, we need to go to the map ribbon right here, and we will select add graphic layer, and that will just add one graphic layer for us. And you can change the name if you want to add several ones. But once you have your graphic layer selected right here, you will see here that you have another two options right here. You have this highlighted tab right here, shows you all the options that you can create on your graphic layer. So for the appearance, you can do the same thing as any other layer, like minimum scale, maximum scale. You can change the transparency, you can change the time if you have time frame, and you can do swipe. So if you have different layers, especially in 3D, if you have different layers on top of each other, you can use swipe to swipe certain layer to see what's below this layer. Also, you have here the option to add flicker, so your graphics will do flicker based on the time value you add right here. Here you can change the symbology for your graphics, and here you can set the reference scale for our graphics layer. So let's go back to our graphics ribbon tab here, and as you see here, if you have different graphic layers here, you can choose which one you want to work on. So we only have one graphic layer, so that's the only choice here. Here you have all the options that you can add text, polygon, lines or points, or you can add pictures, or you can add different things. I will let you go through it because it's the same thing we have been doing by adding different graphics. But as you see, you have all these options to add for the same exact layer, which is a graphic layer. And again, graphic layer doesn't have any attribute table, so as you see here, we don't have the option to add attributes, and you can add as many graphics as you want. And also editing the graphics is different. So let's add one graphic here. This is a polygon, and let's add a line, and let's add a point. And as you notice right now, I don't go to create features because it's not a feature class, it's not a shapefile, it's just a graphic layer. So I just select from here what kind of graphics I want to add. And here I can add my text. And after we added our graphics, here is the way to edit it by choosing the select tool right here, and let's select this one. And now I can edit it, make it bigger, make it smaller, or I can also rotate my graphic or move it anywhere I want. And here you have select all. It will select all the graphics you have on your graphic layer, and here clear selection or delete it. And let's, for example, select this one, and here you have the option to edit the vertices. If it's a polygon or a line, you have the option to flip it, do flip or flip horizontally or vertically, or rotate it. Merge the shapes, you can merge different shapes. So if, for example, we can choose this one and this one, and make sure you press shift key on your keyboard when you do multiple selection, because if I select this one, I select this one, it will clear the selection for this one. But if I want to select another one plus this one, I press the shift key on my keyboard and I keep pressing it, and I do my selection. So I have these two selected. And after you select them, you can do multiple things on them. Like for example, we can change the color to be red. And if it's a polygon, if we change it the fill color, the polygon color inside will change, as you see right now. And we can change the width for the outline or the line, and that will apply to all the lines in your graphic layer. So if you change the stroke or the line, the color and the width, it will apply to all the lines inside your graphic layer, and that including a line and including the boundary around your polygon. So now let's select another graphic and see what other options we have. As you see right here, when I selected the point, I can make it bigger or smaller, and I can also change the symbol of my point, how it will look like from here. And you have so many options here to change how your point look like. For example, a diamond, and you will see that my shape changed to a diamond. And when you select a line, you'll see that you have different options for the line. Same thing as changing the symbology for points, lines or polygons. And the polygon, when you select a polygon, you will have the option to select the symbology for your polygon, but all that exists on only one graphic layer that doesn't have any attributes. And also here for the text, we have a text right here. So you will see the options for the text. You can change the size, the shape, and the color of your text, and you can change the family font as well. The last options we have here is to bring forward or bring backward, and that happens if you, for example, have this one on top of this one, and I want to bring the polygon on the top. I can do this and select bring forward, so it will come on the top of my diamond. So right now the diamond at the bottom, so I can also say send backward and it will flip it for me. Here I can change the alignment. If I choose both of them, I can change the alignment for both of them to any direction I want, or you can change the distribution. If you want it to be next to each other or far away from each other, you can change that too, and you can group them together as one graphic. So every time I select this one, it's considered as one graphic for me. So that's how you can add a graphic layer for your map, and how you can change the symbology or the shape or the color, and how you can design your graphic layer however you want. Again, graphic layer doesn't have any attributes, and it's used to have one layer that's called graphic layer to draw any graphics on your map. So if you want to draw things on your map that you know that it's not features, it's not gonna have any attributes, it's just a graphic on the map to show like any kind of thing, and it will be just graphics on your map, make sure you use a graphic layer to save some database storage, and you don't need to create a feature class specifically for that. The other thing is you can right click here and you can say share, and you can share it as a regular layer, and it will show as a regular layer but without any attributes as well. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and you can play with the drawing tools and see how can you make beautiful graphics on your map. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.